Welcome to my TP-Link TD-W8970 product unboxing. What is the TD-W8970? Well, it is an all-in-one ADSL 2 Plus modem router with some impressive features for its price bracket. It is a baby brother to TP-Link's TD-W8980, in that it is missing dual-band Wi-Fi at 5 GHz. However, it does support wireless N 300 MHz at 2.4 GHz. It also has 4 gigabit Ethernet ports, one of which can act as a WAN port. It features 2 USB 2.0 ports, which can be used for file sharing over an external hard drive, printer sharing, and 3G failover if your ADSL 2 drops. It also has native IP version 6 support, however this is going to depend on your ISP support. It features basic IP quality of service and a built-in firewall. Let's start the unboxing. I have already tested this router on my own ADSL line, so I have actually unboxed this router already. Starting with some of the user guides, we have a CD which features only user guides on it. There's no required drivers. There are some wireless 2.4 and 5 GHz notices for EU regions. There is a general public license, and there is the TP-Link guide. The box has two standard RJ11 phone line cables which are identical. There is also an included splitter, which I believe also acts as a filter. Included is the power brick, which is a standard British power plug. Onto the router. There is also a supplied Ethernet cable, which is Cat5e, which will support gigabit. However, I would recommend using a Cat6 cable if you have one. There are 3 antennas which are included. They have a nice matte feel to them and also include TP-Link's branding along the sides. Onto the router itself. The router has good build quality. It does feel a little bit plastic, however that's pretty much standard on most routers nowadays. It includes 2 ventilation slots along the top and ventilation along the bottom. The design is okay, though as I said it looks kind of plastic. There's no text along the front LEDs, which makes them particularly difficult to read, especially for anyone who's new to router or is not familiar with this kind of standardized LED. The interface, however, was a bit disappointing. It was pretty horrible. It reminds me of a D-Link, the early D-Link routers, but it is surprisingly less intuitive. While most menus do make sense, it does take a little while getting used to it. It works well. The interface takes a bit of getting used to, and navigating at first is confusing. Wireless performance was about what you would expect for a router of this class. It's not blazingly fast, but it's by no means slow. Overall, the range I didn't get much testing because I've actually got another router which I use for wireless. However, what was most disappointing about this router was the ADSL sync speed. It only managed to sync 9.5 megabits on my line, whereas my current Cisco router syncs 11.8 megabits, which was a bit disappointing. It could simply be that the router doesn't particularly like my ADSL line, but overall it uses a Broadcom chipset, as far as I'm aware, and overall it's a pretty good router for its cost. The UI definitely could do with improvements, but as it's not that new and there's been virtually no firmware updates, I don't expect there to be much change in the UI, especially considering that this is TP-Link's standard UI. Thanks for watching my product unboxing of the TP-Link W8970. If you enjoyed it or if you disliked it, please leave a comment or subscribe.